All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming with a message. The servant of the Most High Yah speaketh. I'm coming with a message. The servant of the Most High Yah speaketh. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. Happy face. Yes, I am coming with a message. The servant of the Most High Yah speaketh. Yes, I speak it, being so. I haven't been on this platform probably 5 days now. And I decided to step back and kind of reminisce on what all he have given me in the last 5 years, especially in the last 3 years, the things he've said to me and have informed me, have spoken to me through the water, and many other times in the midnight hour, early morning, waking me up at 3 and 4 in the morning to say things to me. I'm going to tell you something. In these last 5 years, especially the last 3 years, I am so grateful that he allowed me to salute him and his will. I just thank the Most High for allowing me to salute his will. And that means that there's many things he is warning us and he is informing us of that I can't see clear as far as in my flesh to make sense of it, but it don't matter. I just salute your will anyway, anyhow. Meaning I agree with any and everything that he has said unto me from my inner man. Okay. And he has taught me from the wilderness. And I just thank him for living in me and being greater in me than me myself, which is greater than my flesh. So many things is happening in the world, and I am able to embrace it because of what he did in me. He prepared me. And I thought about even when my children had died at birth, one died at birth and the other one died 3 months later. Even that during that time, did you all know the day I found I was pregnant, I already knew the end day. That's how y'all have always rumbled with me. What I mean by that is he preparate me. He prepares me. When my son committed suicide, he lives, but he committed suicide. I'm gonna tell you, it took him 3 weeks to give it to me in a way that it was like a power punch out. He hit me so hard. It hit me so hard. I mean, I was out on the front line acting like I lost my mind. I was explaining to him while I was lying on the grass, crying and saying, "Oh no, Father. Oh no, it hurts so bad." I didn't even know what's going to happen. I had no idea 3 weeks later what was going to take place. But it was the way he comes to me and prepare me. And I really, really appreciate him doing that because he don't have to do that. I ain't nobody, just that dirt on the ground. But yet he take out that time. That's why I tell y'all, I know that I know who I serve. I don't know who you serve, but I can show to speak about the one that I serve, the one that has taken out time to break things down to me and to show me things and reveal things to me, to comfort me in a way that nothing on this earth can comfort you the way that the Most High can. Nothing on this. I'm going to tell y'all, the way the comforter comes in, he'll come in and pull out at the same time, but yet he's still in. I think of all those things that he has done to me. Even yesterday, he was telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, when it hit around 8 p.m., these things start coming to pass. I said, you getting sharper in this than ever, Father, y'all. I say, it's just like, it's not, it used to be a time where maybe next day or next week or next month. Oh, no. Now he nailing it. My ex-husband was looking for his keys, and I always have a copy of everybody's extra or they spare keys. And he was saying he couldn't find the keys. I said, I already knew that. He said, how did you know? I said, because this morning he told me you would come over to my house to get some keys. And I was wondering what keys is you coming to get? I ain't got your keys. But see, I didn't know his keys gonna come up missing. But see, I had already knew it. He said, you knew it, huh? He said, oh yeah. That's about right. That's what he said. Oh yeah, that's about right. I said, yeah. He pulled up. I said, what you come for? My keys? Your keys messed him up. It didn't mess him up because he's been with me so many years. He knows the routine. He already know. He said, you know already. That's what he said. He said, did you really know? I said, yeah. Didn't I just tell you come to get your keys? He just started laughing. It's just that, why is the Most High telling me this when I'm in the garage at 9 a.m. in the morning? Why? It's a form of the way I know that he cares for me. You see what I'm saying? This is how I know that there is a creator that really cares for me, because he don't have to do the things that he does, but he do it. And I really appreciate it. Like, I was talking to him several days about this, eclipse, and you see it all over YouTube. And the saddest thing is you see all nationalities putting a video up. And they ain't putting on one video. They putting 2 or 3. But more so, Judith is putting more out. But there are Europeans out there putting these videos up. And first thing I said to him, I told the father, I said, now, wait a minute. Now, hold up now. You ain't saying nothing to me. You ain't saying nothing to me about no eclipse. And I'm going to tell y'all notice I never said anything about it. If he tells me something, I'm going to shoot it to you all. If he tells me something, you ought to be the first one I bring it to. He ain't told me nothing about the eclipse or the April, the 8th. The Father in the kingdom ain't saying nothing to me. So I'm like saying to the Father, I said, you ain't saying nothing to me now. Any other time you would have gave me something, a little something. He said, ain't nothing to give. I said, praise your holy name. I said, that's why I never said anything, because I knew that if you don't give me something to go on to give the people, I ain't going to mention it. And y'all notice, Sister Deborah never mentioned it. Every prophet, every Judith, how would I say, Negro that has a platform has covered, especially the females, the males too, has covered this here eclipse. If they only knew. It's too much. It's just so much that has not been said. And now I can again salute him in how the end and his beginning has wrapped itself up. So you ever wrapped a present and you just look at it and say, oh, this look really nice. When that's what I feel about what the Father has done in his will, in his ways. He have wrapped this thing up so well and handed it to me. And when I say he handed it to me, he's shown me the nakedness of situations that's right now taking place, that took place yesterday, and that's going to take place tomorrow. And I think that's, to me, it's a gift. It's the gift to be blessed, to be able to have a creator that lives in me and teaches me from a standpoint of where he want me to know right. He want me to know what is truth. He want me to know the light. He want me to know spirit and truth. He don't want me out here playing with this darkness, going to and fro and on these devil platforms portraying I know something that I do not know. And I thank him for that, because that eclipse, about the eclipse, let me tell y'all something. I said, okay, you ain't saying nothing to me. What's going on here? Everybody got their mouth on it. I told y'all. It's like, say for instance, YouTube, a new album come out. That means a new situation that had hit the earth, that's in the world. They put that album on and everybody started dancing. Everybody started dancing. That's the power and control of darkness. It can put an album on and everybody who run around here say they the light would put that album on and they would dance 2 or 3 times before they come off the floor, dance floor. They would dance on that topic 2 or 3 times and until they come off the dance floor. And that's sad. But it's all good. It's all good. The world loves its own. And that's another thing a lot of people don't think about. The world loves its own. So when you hear these people covering things that has no power punch in the spirit realm of Yah, then they're covering what the world want them to cover. He said something to me that was really strange, and maybe somebody in the live chat can even expound on it. He said, when have you known me not to inform you on anything that come upon the earth? Because this is what happened, y'all. When they was taking these people foreclosed homes, I was like, Father, Yah, how could they do that? And I heard the cries of many people getting their homes taken on. Father, how can they do that? Father, they taking these people home. And when the Father told me they set that up to do that for the 2008, they had set it up in 2004. They've been planned it, but they made sure that that date of the 2008 would come in, they would take, and not one person, not one, will stand up and say, wait a minute, something wrong with this country taking our homes from us. They can't do that. Not one. That's deep to me. When he went on and telling me about what about the when I saw the Twin Towers first hit, I said, now, Father, where's the VIPs? Pentagon, where's the VIPs? Where's the VIPs at all these locations? Nowhere to be found. Then when I saw Bush in the most innocent place, will be the preschoolers reading the book. And when I discerned his eyes instant, I said, y'all no good dogs. Y'all didn't set that thing. See, I didn't think about no terrorists, or nothing like that. I don't get into that because I know all that's a lie. I don't get tied up in that. I don't even let that even come within me or up on me, because I know that this country done so much wrong. They'll put anything up there and tell you that it's this, and this world will follow it. The people in this country will follow right behind it. Anytime they can take all y'all homes and you didn't say open your mouth, not now time, they'll do anything. Anytime they can bring destruction to their own land and no one says something, there's so many things they done. And I'm sitting back, Father, ain't nobody said nothing. He said, that should let you know. That should tell you something, Deborah. I said, but oh, Father, that's deep though. I said, that's sad. He said, no, it ain't sad. That's just who they are. See, a lot of people in the full denial of this United States of America. They in full denial. And guess what? You all don't even know. Everybody that's saying things that, like Sister Deborah is talking, they are marking us. You see what I'm saying? They're tagging us. Y'all might not know that. Y'all might not understand that, but they are. I try to figure it out way back when I told y'all they ain't messing with those who've been on here for years. Why? Because they ain't giving them nothing. They know those people ain't saying nothing. Matter of fact, they know those people under their full control. They already know who's under their full control. But Sister Deborah, they got me listed, baby. The Spirit of the Most High Yah told me, Deborah, they got you listed in there too. And I'm like, said, I don't know why they got. He said, because, see, Deborah, they know who the light is. These people watching this platform don't. That's why they praising those who don't have the light. They have darkness, the matters of the world. And I sit back in those 5 days, beautiful. I was gonna pass it up today too. I said, Father, he said, no, just keep what you said. Just show up. And here I am. The reason why, because those 5 days I've been off, I have been reminiscing on everything he have said to me. And every door I open, I have closed. Every door I open, I have closed. That means every time I'm going into one door, I can leave out of it and close it. Meaning what? It is finished. I'm out. Because it's nothing else he can tell me. Everything fits. The puzzle is completed. Everything fits. All the puzzle pieces fits tightly, neatly, and smoothly. All of it finished. All of it is. It's finished. And it's finished to the point where anything happens, I'm like, that's a part. Oh, but it's finished. Oh, that's a part of it too. Oh, but it's finished. I wake up, say for instance, if I go out in the garage, I can be feeling so good. So good, y'all. All of a sudden, when that thought come to my head, my whole sadness come upon me, great sorrow. I just said, you know where that come from, you guys? Let me explain that. I've been doing that lately. And the feeling is so heavy of sorrow. This is what happens when you in there and you know spirit and truth. You have the light. Because you can see with the light, you can see in the darkness. See, and if you can't see and you got the light and you can't see, then you don't know what's going on. So why are you feeling sorrow? You only feel sorrow because you know. Not because you don't know. It's because you know. And I can be in such a good mood, and I'm gonna tell y'all something, and everything come tumbling down. Not things happening, but that feeling. That puzzle is completed in me. It ain't gonna be pieces he's gonna add. And all these 4 or 5 days, he's been showing me everything, and I've been reminiscing. Even back to Deuteronomy 28, and I said, there go that end game, Father, that end game. You know you nailed that end game. You nailed that end game. He nailed that bad boy. Bow, bow, he nailed it. He nailed it so well to the wall. He nailed that thing to the point that everything in the end game has occurred already. I sit back and I said, Father, and you wore me out on Matthew 24, and it didn't happen too. Yes. But he backed that thing up and told me something, y'all. See, in Matthew 24 and verse 7, it says, nations shall, he told us not to be concerned about wars and rumors of wars. We know that's been going on and he just don't want us to get caught up in that, because that ain't it. That ain't it. And I'm sitting here saying to the Father, I said, Father, they keep making it all about that. He said, let them make it. That's not it. See, that's the thing about it. It's about Satan. What Satan is doing is he's mimicking everything that Yah has prophesied, because he don't know when Yah make a left or right step. By him not knowing the left and the right step, he knows that book is there. You see, he knows that Bible, which is the Bible, that he knows that book is there, and he trying to mimic it to the T. Oh, Satan is trying to mimic it to the T. And but guess what? That's why I'm glad it ain't the word, because he can't mimic the word. He can only mimic the words. Woo-wee! So as I'm sitting here watching him, I said, but Father, seems like I'm gonna show you a sign, like what I'm talking about. He was telling me about the reason why he haven't mentioned to me about the eclipse. He said, because it ain't nothing to it. That's a worldly matter. I said, oh, wait a minute. Is that why you ain't saying that? He said, have I ever said anything about the last one? Did I tell you something about this one? That's a worldly matter. He said, just like they got pagan holidays, they got this day set too. I I said, you gotta be kidding. He said, why haven't I mentioned it to you then, Deborah? I said, glory to be. And I was like waiting for him. I'm serious, y'all. I've been waiting for him to tell me what's going down. What you mean what's going down? You know, Satan is mimicking me. He's mimicking me. He's trying to connect that eclipse with the prophecies. He's trying to connect it with the prophecies. You see what I'm saying? The Father wants me to say this to you all. Nobody in the heavens nor on the earth can match him. The world whom Satan come down to deceive, what is it they're going to deceive? Why they hooking on that end? Because he's got to deceive them to some sort of matter. That's the Yah's will, his prophecies. So in heavens, what did he want? Power and control. The sickness I learned that the whole world is caught up in, and that's why people lose their lives, and that's why people greed and heart is hardened. Satan never wanted no money. Satan know that it ain't that. Money ain't it. All Satan wanted was power. See, that's what y'all don't understand on this earth. That's why the United States can say, when we send 20 billion over to Ukraine, or we send Israel 100 billion, or we send another 50 million over to Israel. They keep saying these big dollars. Guess what? Because they know the United States is stuck on greed and a dollar. If they mention money, they think they stirring up the people here in this country. Why? They need the Civil War. They're going to cut this one off, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all that now. They need the Civil War to be kicking in more than where it's at. It's here. I already see it. I can go into a place that I've gone into for the last couple of years, and the vibes, the feeling, it's not, y'all, it ain't. This sister ain't scared to go into any scenery. But let me tell you something. This sister is different. And when she going in today, when she went into it yesterday, that shows me, Deborah, the vibes. And when I say the vibes, I don't mean as far as this witchcraft and sorcery, but the ideal of the spirit is different. It ain't the same spirit of yesterday, y'all. No, they tolerate a lot of things yesterday, but today, it's a lot of things going on. People's spirit is not what you think it is anymore. Not in the family, not in the friends, not in the neighbors, not in co-workers, not nowhere. It ain't the same spirit. Be careful out there, y'all, because that's not what it is today. Maybe yesterday, but today, that's not what you're dealing with. So I'm just trying to say this, and that is, I said too much then because it kind of threw me off. What was I talking about, y'all? Somebody remind this old lady, please. It was something important, very important. Let me take my coffee. Let me see if that'll help. The mindsets of where people are at today is not what it was yesterday. And a lot of times, most people you should be afraid of that, but they ain't afraid because it ain't in them. Something that they need to have that spiritual fear is not there. And when that spiritual fear is not there, then that natural fear they tolerate. Yeshua, Satan never wanted nobody's money. Satan wasn't after materialistic things in the kingdom or any spiritual things in the kingdom. Satan wanted that power. Satan wanted to be like the Most High Yah. So when you get down here to earth, that's how you see the world. The world wants to mimic and be like the Creator, to the point where they take this book that everybody thinking is the word, they take it and they master it. That's how they're able to get these movies. But when you watch the movies can't nail the prophecy. Why? Because they only got the words. They need the word. That's why they can't nail it. They'll go so far in the movie, bam, drop it and leave you right there. Why? Because they got the words to build this movie from the book. See, but you can't fulfill this movie and really nail it without the word. You see? So what they doing is exactly what Satan done. He wanted power and he wanted control. The world got everybody thinking power and control is wrapped around the mindset of money. Right here today, somebody, let's say me, I can go out here and go somewhere and someone would kill me for $2. You see what I'm saying? Not just me, anybody. This is the point. This is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just showing you the power of the mindset when it comes down to money. He said, where their wealth is, that's where their heart is at. That means their flesh. You see? Their flesh is where their heart is at. You see what I'm saying? Their flesh is where their heart, and their heart is where their wealth. So that's why you can go in, somebody can go in and rob a bank, not thinking that, wait a minute, they got a couple of security there and you might not come out alive. They don't care about not coming out alive. All they can see is getting that money. You see? They don't, because United States can tell their people that we're giving Ukraine 100 million. We're giving Israel 50 million. Do you really believe they giving them that? Come on now. Yeah, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Do y'all really? Yep, because you believe the world. Because you're in the world. You of the world so much. Anything they tell you all believe it. You will believe the darkness, the lie, before you believe the truth and the light. So all they're doing is stirring up this country. They're doing all kind of things for the migrants. What are they doing for the migrants? They keep throwing in your face, making sure they have everything. Because they know to get this civil war started, they got to stir the pot by giving money and taking money from the people in this country, taking everything they have, make sure that they have they understand that we're giving everybody else money, but we take it from you, just to stir the people up for the civil war. So when you get into Matthew 24, the Father said, that's why I told y'all in Matthew 24 and verse 6, you have to have the Ruach to really understand why he's telling us don't get caught up in wars and rumors of wars. Why? Why is he saying that? Because he said you ain't seen nothing yet. The war you really want to know about, which you might not be here to see, is the war of my right hand. And all these little wars and rumors of wars they feeding y'all, it's because they want you to get embedded into what they want to deceive you with. But he said, drop down a notch. Nation against nation. And this is what it got me yesterday. This got me. But I knew it, though. I kind of knew it. He said, now, here where you see nation against nation. As you see now, every nationality is killing their nations. Those that are in their nations, they're killing. You hear heathens killing, Gentiles killing each other. You hear all nations killing each other. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, but I want you to keep an eye on the nation I sent you to. That's the worst of the worst. It's not saying that they're not doing it. That's not the thing. What you got to understand, those that are doing it, and they're doing it more. But when you got a 13% population, and you doing it, and you killing off your 13%, bringing it down to 3 and 4%, and y'all got to see it like that, because that's exactly what's happening. So he said, when I said nation against nation, Judah gonna kill off his own nation. And I said, I don't know why, Father, y'all. I said the same. I didn't say it. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. I thought that same thing. He said, now I want you to go back to the nakedness. That's going to show their nakedness. And it's being shown right here today. It's showing the type of people they truly are. There's a clip. There's what's that? This morning I also saw a lot of, yesterday too, people talking about, and this is our men. Judith, we need to stop talking about Diddy and support him. You see, we need to stop. We need to support him. He's not guilty till proven guilty. We need to not believe everything they're telling us about him. We need to support him as a black man. And see what I'm saying? And I sit back and the father said to me, what did I tell you? I'm telling you, I've been up here 5 days reminiscing on everything the father done told me. Everything. And I said, boy, Father, yeah, it's been exactly what you told me. It's been Judith, men are in so much trouble, yeah. So he backed that back into nation against nation. He said, now, you remember Deuteronomy 28? I said, yeah, you said until we destroy it, he said, that's how they're going to destroy each other in numbers. They're eliminating their population by great numbers. And not one soldier in the tribe of Judah, not one leader in the tribe of Judah would stand for righteousness. That's what he told me. He said, not one. And he's speaking of males. Because at the point of where they at now, they have been so against Yah. And we have made them, and we have covered and shielded them as our men. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. And we have done it so to the point the father said that, but wait a minute, hold up. We're gonna see that nakedness. That's what we're gonna see. I said, but Father, you already see it. He said, yeah, but I want you gonna see it too. And I'm like, oh, Father, I'm already feeling it. I'm already. He said, yeah, I can't help but feel it. So when I was telling y'all, I be doing good. No matter what I'm doing, I can be having a good time. All of a sudden, that and that feeling comes on me. That feeling of reality, seeing houses vacant and people running and hurting one another. Not just Judith, everybody. Just all the things that I could see is not what. Ooh, you guys, if you could see what I see, even when I'm driving, I think of even when I'm driving all over the community, nice big houses, small houses or whatever, all I can think of is seeing those buildings vacant, torn down, windows broke. It's every time I see it to be, ooh, that's a nice house. I see the other side. It's just like you can see one side of the house on this side, and on the other side, what it's going to end up be, the reality of the end of it. Well, that's how I see Judah. I see Judah. I see Judah destroying each other. I can see that. I can see it to the T. And when you see it, it's just seeing it, it blows. Why? Why does it blow Sister Deborah's mind? See, I'm going to tell y'all, it's not just, when I say Judith, y'all got to understand. I want to show you something about Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah had 4 adult sons. So when I'm talking, understand now, I got 4 sons myself. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get you to see is we have to look beyond the son of the flesh. Sister Deborah speaking of the son of the spirit versus the son of the flesh. If we just focus on the son of the flesh, then we'll never get to the core of really what's happening in the spirit. And that's what everybody wants you to talk about. Only that which is in the flesh. What can we do? How can we change it? How can we repent? How can we turn? You can't. You can't even repent. Not where we at. It wouldn't help. It wouldn't help. We are always, we there, y'all. It's nothing. Sister Deborah, you know what I do now? When I'm praying to the Most High Yah, I just let him know, Father Yah, this is just a mother prayer. But you know, and I'm putting it before your throne. Thy will and thy will only. I refuse to go up against what he's shown me in the last 5 years and taught me. What he taught me and shown me too. I'm not going to go up against that. I'm not going to go up to try to get him to change it. I'm not going to try to get on my knees and repent. I'm not going I thank him for all his grace and mercy he has poured out on us just so we can be here while his will taking itself on out, going down to Z. We here while his will is still moving all the way down to Z, A to Z. You see? I sit back and I think and I'm seeing this stuff now. I'm seeing this and I'm like, Father, this stuff is getting more and more chaotic. But what he want me to understand is, what did I show you in Deuteronomy 28? Y'all, 2 years ago, had not the Father shown me Deuteronomy 28 in game, I would never have known what I know today. And it's how he did it is beautiful, because almost a month ago when he gave me the fullness, what he also shared with me, Deborah, Israel is not all Israel. And you got to understand that. Israel is not all Israel. And that's a lot of them, they're using that as, oh, you mix and you got European. No. That's not what y'all talking about. He's speaking of spiritual. See, that's what I keep trying to say to y'all. These people, everybody is trying to wrap Israel into one whole, as if, oh, we are all in the same. No. Don't put me with them. Don't you dare put me with Israel. Don't Judah either. Don't put me there. Meaning in the flesh. I'm not born of the flesh. I'm born of the spirit. I'm not of the dark. I am of the light. I'm not the seed of Satan. I am the seed of Yah. So I'm not going to be put in that box. If I'm going to be put in Judah and Israel, I'm going to be put in the spiritual Israel and spiritual Judah. I'm not going to be put in the majority. You see? No, I'm not. That's not who I am. That's not, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't even fit nowhere in that. I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth of the whole matter. I don't fit in that. Because the things that I see that's actually taking place, the 5 days I've been off, I sat and I watched women. We had some men, but most of them were women speaking how their childhood, and men speaking about their childhood, and to see how mine went versus theirs. I think about, Father, yeah, boy, that head you had around me had to have been something. Because my dad had 7 children, 5 girls and 2 boys. We didn't have that type of nonsense going on in our household. Why? Going back to the Most High Yah. Going back to the Most High Yah. When I sit back and I listen to them over and over, one time I sat up for 5 hours watching it over. And 5 hours, I think I had about 17 different people giving you their history. Now they either my age or a few years younger than I am. But to hear these women and these men talk about we talked about this before, how they came up. And this is Israel too. I said, see all this matches, Father. All of these things these women are talking about that their dad did to them and their uncle and their granddad. I said, Father, all that matches. It all matches. What matches, Deborah? Judah and Israel. The real nakedness of who they are. I sit back and I watch the women covered up for the men. These daughters and these sons said their mama always knew. Sometimes mama prepared them, so did daddy. And granddad can do the things that they do. Now, I know I talked to you all about this once before. This is what the Father allowed me to take in, because I'm talking in this 5 days, I decided to step back. And as I was listening to all this, and I was like, so when Charles came over and him and I was watching it, he was like, I have always heard, and he's 70. He said, I have always heard this stuff going on. I said, you know what, Charles? I always heard it. Always heard it, but no one ever expound on it in Israel. No one ever talked about it. So the Father said it's going back to their nakedness, Deborah. All of their nakedness is going to be seen. All of their nakedness is going to be seen. And once they appear naked to the naked, that means until you see your nation naked, your tail going to be right here. You got to see him where Deuteronomy 28 said, I'm going to take him. And that's the problem. Nobody wants to see Israel, where Deuteronomy end game said he's going to take it. And then he was telling me today, he said, Deborah, did you ever think about all these things I said that was going to come upon them? Did you ever think that was me? You knew that was my right hand? I said, yeah, I knew it. I knew it all the time. So you knew that was me? I said, yeah, I knew it. They don't, but I knew. That's why I can't listen to them. I can't go their route, because everything that he have said since the beginning time, he said they can't even see their ugliness. They can't see their nakedness. They never could see their nakedness, Deborah, because they so busy seeing someone else to where they can't see themselves. What do you mean? Deuteronomy cannot be completed until Israel is destroyed. The Father told me it's both ways. The one he coming for will be mental. The one that is not coming is going to be physical and mental. They're not coming. They're going to go down with the ship. A lot of people in Israel, which is on said Judah, we claim the whole Israel. And that's another thing I don't understand. I don't understand this. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't understand. Why are we claiming Israel and only 8% even know they're Israel? Come on, somebody in live chat. Can somebody answer that? Maybe somebody can expound on it. Maybe somebody can climb on top of that. Tell me something. Because that's strange to me, but it goes back to what he said in Deuteronomy 28. Their nakedness, Deborah. They don't want to see their nakedness. And the nakedness of Israel is Israel don't give a rat's that they're Israel. It don't bother them. It don't mean nothing. Well, if it don't mean nothing to those that are Israel, that says they are Israel, that's why he said everybody is not Israel. So what I see is going on, you got 8% that understand that they are Israel. What you going to do with the other 92%? You see what I'm saying? How dare we think that the other ones that say that they're other nations, other tribes ain't even claiming the Most High Yah. They ain't got no part in him. You know what he's saying to me as I'm speaking to you? He said that matches it again, Deborah. Their nakedness. That's how far and how low they are. But yet they want the world. The little 8% want the world to bow down to them now in the land of their captives. They want them to bow down to them now while they're in their nakedness. Let me get my where's my Bible? Let me hold up. See, and that's what they want. So how is it that the world has to identify you? Do you really believe Yah? Listen to this, y'all. And somebody tell me, does this make sense? Oh, that's lightning. Why would Yah expect them to bow down to you and know who you are when 92% of Israel and Judah don't even know who they are? Somebody answer that, please. Let me go get my Bible. Somebody answer that, please, if you can. Let me get my Bible. Somebody, please answer that. Why would you expect heathens, Gentiles, European, Russian, everybody to know who we are when Judah and Israel don't know who they are? Does that make any sense? This shows me how cuckoo clock he says the end game going to be. They so cuckoo clock. They ain't got the sense to catch on to that. Israel, 100%. Only 8% knows that they're Israel. Meaning, not that they are Israel, at least they think they are the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in a sense. But it don't make sense, do it? So we're saying we're holding them liable. We're on these devil platforms and out here trying to force them to know who we are when you got 92% of the whole house of Israel that don't know who they are. Ooh, Father, y'all. Somebody, everybody, expound on that. Everybody have something to say about that. How is it that if Israel is 100% and only 8%, probably less than that, but we're going to give or take 8% know that they are of Israel? How is it, and where is our sick mind? Where is y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. It answered Deuteronomy 28. It shows you the cuckoo clock. Because if you're on these devil platforms trying to convince Europeans, every nationality, that we are this people, how is it you haven't convinced the other 92%? They won't even acknowledge. But let's say this here. I'm gonna tell you what the Father told me. His name is not in the name. His name is not in the name. That routing with that name, we got to wrap that name up in who he is. You see, when it told you from this whole book, you can go get Enoch and all the other lost ones in the fountains you done found and put it back together. And all those books, when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob called on Yah, it was not that it was his name they called on. They called on him from a spiritual heart. And this is what people don't understand. Because the same mouth we call his name out, the same mouth we call a lie out, we curse, we do everything out of this same fleshly mouth. So the name coming out of the same mouth that cursing, lying, stealing, and saying things that we ain't got no business saying, So the name has to be bigger than our mouth. Come on now, somebody talk to me. Just like why would y'all really don't get it? I can tell you that. Because why would we expect the world to know who we are when we don't know ourselves? Come on, somebody. Come on now. See, it don't make sense, do it? Shows you where we're a cuckoo clock. The reason why Sister Deborah using cuckoo clock, because it's more easier than to say what Deuteronomy 28 says. Destroyed. We are destroyed. It makes a lot. Blind leading the blind. You said it. That's it. You can't see nothing but that. So I'm not saying, well, why is it? That's some strange stuff. I'm going to tell y'all something else I was shown. I watch, I think it's been 3, of what's going over in Haiti. I watched that, y'all. What's actually going over in Haiti. See, you got Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. 3 and verse 9. Behold, this is the verse he had. Behold, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say that they are the Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I love thee. And to know that I love thee. Now, this here, that Revelation 3 and 9 in this conversation need to be booted out of here. First and foremost, I want you to see what it's saying. Let's go. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews. First and foremost, let me say this, you guys. If those that say they are Jews, if they are the synagogue of Satan, then they're going to get a chance to go to Mount Zion. Praise the Most High, y'all. So when you pull up Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9, you better bag that thing up, and you better bag it down with spirit and truth, because it ain't going to make no sense just reading it. That don't make no sense. Let's go there again. Let's go. Let's dissect that. This is where I was telling you all in Deuteronomy 28. He said in there 7, 8 times, until, meaning we ain't coming out of this bad boy until we are destroyed, one way or the other. And he explained to me, like he explained to me 2 years ago, they're going to come out dead. And those that ain't going to be dead, they're going to be destroyed. And that's what Sister Deborah was reminiscing on these 5 days. Wow, I can see it just as plain as day. Watch this here. So someone pulled up Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. Now watch this here. This is where I explained to you all, if you don't have the Ruach, you're going to be lost with the cause and without one. Now listen to this. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. So who are they? Let's break it. Let's dissect this now. Who is the synagogue of Satan? Watch this here. Which say they are the Jews. Which say they are the Jews. Who are they? Come on, pull up, y'all. Come on, pull up. Who are they that he's speaking of? That say that they are the Jews. You know why y'all can't answer it? And it's looking in you? You need to stay to the altar and make sure you got the ruach. The small hats. I never heard of that one. Because you really want to really tell you the truth? I never heard of small hats. What's that? Okay. Okay, the heathens. Someone said the heathens. Okay. The Khazars. Okay. You would think that that's what it's saying. Wouldn't you think that? Tell me how they making it up to Mount Zion then. Can y'all answer? Somebody answer that, please. Please, sir, ma'am. Somebody can send anybody answer that. How is it they gonna make it to Mount Zion? Come on, somebody. Everybody, come on, we're gonna break this thing down. How are they gonna make it to Mount Zion? See, it's showing you that it ain't what we've been reading and believing. You got to wait for the Ruach. Oh, yes, it's definitely that. Because you think about it. If they're gonna now what don't forget, we're going to Mount Zion. And what is up in Mount Zion? It's holy. What is up in Mount Zion? We're going to be exalting the Most High God. It's going to be holy. It's going to be like the Garden of Eden. And he said he's going to be in the midst. His altar going to be in the midst. It's going to be like, look what he said, holy heaven in Mount Zion. So what are these here synagogues of Satan doing up in there? How did they get up there? Who said they up there, Deborah? If they bow down before our feet, how did they get up there? To bow down before our feet. How did they get to the Holy Land? Somebody please tell me. Answer. Anybody in the live chat. How did they get there? Yes. Okay, now you got a good point. You got a good point, because that's something I was thinking too. And you got on here, it's anyone who claimed to be spiritual Israel and isn't. You got a good point. Very, very good. Because in my spirit, when I was reading it, that's what I was getting. Exactly what you just said. I was getting that in my spirit, because I'm like saying, so is it talking about the ones we're saying are the fake Jews? Or is it talking about exactly what you said? Those who claim to be spiritual. Thank you. Very good. You see, they missed it. Now, you know what? Do you see how you got that? When you wrote that, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was reading it. But see, if you let them break it down today, they'll get this picture about the ones that's over in Israel now, who's claiming to be the true Jews, right? Right? We're thinking that that's who he mean here in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9 and Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. What does it say? Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not. Now he's going to make them. Watch this here. They say they are the Jews, but are not. So it's showing you they are not the Jews, but they're saying they are. Watch this here. Which say that they are Jews and are not, but do lie. So not only are they saying they are Jews and they are not, and they are the synagogue of Satan, but they do lie. Now watch this here. Behold means look, Deborah. I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Just look at that, y'all. Just think about that. How is the synagogue of Satan coming to the glory, y'all? Somebody need to talk to me. How is the synagogue of Satan go make it up on Mount Zion? Glory. No more sin, no more nothing. But they gonna come in and worship you at your feet. How could that be? He's gonna take the synagogue of Satan to come and to the Holy Land. Bow down at your feet. Wake up, people. Wake up. Come on now. Come on now. We are not in nothing outside of the DAY. You either got the light or you got the darkness. You either got the light or you got the darkness. If you read that verse over and over, you'll see all kind of things that just don't make no sense. As he said, smeared. You'll see it. It don't make sense, y'all. And then when you hear about how he's going to reclaim and regain his holy name, it's going to be on Mount Zion. In Zion. He says it's going to be like, listen, it's going to be like the Garden of Eden. And it says in another verse, it's going to be like a holy heaven. No more nothing, y'all. Wicked and evil. All that's going to be gone. But what the synagogue of Satan being up there, bowing down at your feet then? How are they going to get up there and do that? Do y'all see that? How are they going to be able to come up to bow down at your feet? Wake up, people. And why should somebody be bowing down at your feet when you didn't bow down at y'all's feet since you've been here? Does that make sense? It's almost giving you glory and credit for really what is not due you. It doesn't make sense. Watch this here. Watch this here. Watch this, y'all. How is it that they're going, the synagogue of Satan, going to Mount Zion, bow down at your feet, and y'all's going to do all that cleaning up? Let me go here. Watch this here. I'm going to make it make sense. Okay. Listen to this. And David, my servant, shall be the king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. No, that ain't it. That's not it. Here it is, right here. We in Ezekiel 36 and verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathens and gather you out of the countries, and I will bring you unto my own land. You see how he's claiming it? You see that, y'all? Y'all, let me tell you something. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, Sister Deborah don't have no hell and no heaven to put nobody in. But the Holy Spirit will help you a great deal if he abide in you, because he would lead and guide you. No matter what darkness is out there, y'all, he will be there to lead and guide you. Now, listen to what he said. Here in Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 24, I want you to hear what is being read out of these words, and then I'm going to kind of go over it to kind of break it down to give you what the Spirit is saying. Okay. Ezekiel 36 and verse 24, for I will take you from among the heathens and gather you out of all the countries, and will bring you into your own land. He's saying he's going to bring you into your own land. Now watch this here. Then when are you going to do this next one, Father? When you get to your land. You hear me, Israel? Not while you still in your captivity on your way to your own land, but when you get in that land. Why? Because this land, you all, is a paradise. It's holy. Okay? It's Yah. That's what it is. Oh, now watch what he's going to do. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart and out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my status, and ye shall keep my judgment and do them. All of this he gonna do to you. But the synagogue of Satan gonna come up to bow down at your feet and serve you. Why ain't nobody honoring Yah? In Mount Zion, that's what we're gonna be doing. So why are they coming down to bow down in front of us? And they are the synagogue of Satan. That's the point I want y'all to really chime in on. Just think about it. Just give yourself a couple of days to think about that. Synagogue of Satan. As it said, those who lie and say they Jews, how they gonna end up in the promised land? Just think about that. Can they actually end up there by mistake? Nope. Why? Why is he gonna clean you from head to toe, from your inside spirit all the way down, from your in and out? Y'all gonna clean you up, but then what about them? Are they gonna be cleaned up? Come on now. They the synagogue of Satan. They lie. They say they're the true Jews. They come to bow down before us after stealing our. Listen now, y'all. Listen. After stealing our identity all these years, but then they gonna come down to bow down before our feet on holy. Come on now, y'all. Somebody needs to talk to me. See, that's why I stay away from even really listening to people, because there's so much they don't understand in the spirit realm. It don't make sense, y'all. They can't make sense with that. Not after he showed me. Even before he showed me, it didn't make sense. Because why are we being worshipped? Why are we being worshipped? All that cleaning he gonna do to us. What about them? Are they gonna get some cleaning? They gonna get a new heart, a new spirit. They gonna get washed, sprinkle water, clean. Are they filthiness gonna be clean? Think y'all think. Now y'all really make some sense of it. It don't make sense. The synagogue of Satan coming to bow down at our feet. Come on now. We're going to be in Mount Zion on holy ground. We and Satan going to come up there to bow down to our feet. Come on now. We and his demons going to get in there to bow down to our feet. Right. The worship belongs to Yah. And I'm trying to find out, world on the line, we worldly to be worshiped, and we didn't worship him. But the world coming up there to us to worship us. Yeah, they got that bent. That right there. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 9. That takes some time for y'all to really dissect that. Really look into that. They should be nowhere near Mount Zion, if it's the ones that's over there today. But what got me is what Revelation 3, when it says, where the eye opener came in is when you see this, when you hear this word right here. Watch this here. When you hear the word, and I will make them, and behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are the Jews, or not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet. Now he's going to make them. So he's going to have to do something to them. before they come before you. But why the Senate? Those who I will make them of the synagogue of Satan come worship you. Be careful, y'all, how we are taking on. Wait a minute, somebody might have something. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out if they the synagogue of Satan, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan. He's going to flip them. You get it? Come to worship you. You see what I'm saying? He's going to flip them so that they can come to worship you. And if they're able to be flipped to come worship you and they worship you, then they're no longer the synagogue of Satan, huh? But he's going to make them. Y'all be in the spirit when y'all reading this book. Make sure you have the Ruach. Do not be where all these people on YouTube is teaching. Don't need none of them. Have your relationship one-on-one with the Father. Even Sister Deborah, have your relationship with the Most High Yah. Because if he's going, see what Israel don't understand is this, and this is the problem I have, and I'm going to have. I come to deal with Judah. Okay. The problem I have is, how is it Israel don't know that they are Israel, and Judah is not going to inform them that they are Israel because we so busy killing, destroying, and doing away with each other. We ain't talking nothing about revealing anything to them unless it's hate behind it. I'm going to tell it like it is. It's a lot of hate behind it. That's why things can't be done. That's why nothing is going to. Because that stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient spirit still rides in us until we get on the other side to Mount Zion. It's still going to be in us. So he's going to have to cleanse us, all the filthiness. Now, in Revelation, it's talking about the synagogue, those who said that are the synagogue of Satan, they're going to pull up too at Mount Zion. Ain't something wrong with that? Something sound wrong with that? That's why I say you stay in the spirit, child. Stay in the spirit. And what I'm seeing is, I'm like saying, I guess Sister Deborah was dealing with the Most High Yah these 5 days, and I was trying to see throughout where we're at today versus where we were at yesterday, and all of these things that was taking place. The Father was showing me that they're worse, and I've told, and it's been said that they are worse. Israel is worse than their forefathers. So if you don't see us moving into that guideline of being destroyed, because we're going to be purely naked for who we are, the whole world going to see us so naked because y'all going to strip us naked. That's his will. And the hurting part for me, I can see the nakedness of Judah and Israel already. I can see it. And it's nothing in them. Nothing. Let me tell y'all something else. I was watching the 5 days. I saw three. I sat down and I watched three news on Haiti. What's going over in Haiti? And as you look at the people over there in Haiti, you think about the mindset that they have, the people. It reminds me so much of the whole house of Israel, even Judah. More so of Judah. Haiti remind me what they're doing over there. is identical to Judah. Identical. The moment America, they had to have flew over quite a bit of them, y'all. All this firepower. Them people in Haiti ain't got enough money to be buying them type of weapons. So that all the citizens, males, will have all these firepower. And I'm sitting here looking what type of weapons they got. I said, Father, this is what all the countries did. Gave them weapons so they can kill each other. They over there killing each other left and right. Guess what they did, y'all? They opening up the prisons and letting the prisoners come out to join them. If they don't join them, they kill them. So all of them is coming together as gangs, and all of and all you see is black men, and most of 99.9 of them is real dark-skinned black men. Y'all should see the firepower on them. Never in my life have I seen something like that. Yes, I have. I saw that. The father said, yes, you did, Deborah, because when you start watching them when you was a little girl, you saw those same men, but they was in military uniforms, and some didn't have uniforms. That's them same mindsets. And when America sit and say, well, we finna fly over beans and rice, the plane hit, they hijacked the plane. So the people couldn't get the food. That's why a lot of them was dying. And I think that was in Sudan a lot of times. It was in Haiti too, but it was in Sudan. That's the sort of stuff I used to watch when I was a little girl. But this week I was watching Haiti. And I said, Father, why is it that they wouldn't put them houses, bricks, wood, food, but they fly in all these guns? And these young men from 12 on up, men grabbing these firepower, killing other men that don't join the gang, right on television. In the United States, rushing all of them in on it. In the United States of America, they in on it too. The whole idea is let them kill each other. And that's what they're doing, y'all. And then you don't see not one white skin nowhere to be seen. Only way they're the one doing all the talking. Isn't that sad? They're doing all the videoing and the talking. Watching them men kill their own people for no reason at all. They want the president to step down. So they're killing their own people to prove a point. All that firepower, y'all. Y'all check it out. Check it out so you can see. And when you see it, when that's what y'all showed me of Judith. Judith is just like that. They can take those New Jersey and put a whole tank, not trucks, load of guns. These Negroes run, get them gun, go straight into their community. Straight into their community. They've done it too many times. Same thing with drugs. But yet you want to make the world think that you are the special people. What makes you special? What makes you special? I know it. You hooking on to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were spiritual seeds. What are you? Abraham, Isaac weren't out here doing what you all are doing today. But they can't see that. Now, we're only speaking of what? 8%. Now, let's take Judah alone as a nation, as a tribe. Let them put some guns out there. Judah would take them guns, not put them away. They would take them and make sure they kill their own people. Same thing with drugs. And then turn around when they put the guns in our community. Oh, they put the drugs. Well, what about? Then you say you had a choice? Why don't you use that choice to live it? Let somebody else live. How about that choice? Nah, they don't want that type of choice. To let someone else live. Instead, they kill them. I watched several clips I didn't watch the whole thing. And I said, this is what they was doing during the pandemic. I think it started in 2018. Netflix was making all of these movies, and I see all these Black people in these movies. I said, when did they make all these movies like this? He said, Deborah, they've been doing it underground. All these movies, these Black people are in. Vicious. I said, when most of them is not even, some of them are stars, but some of them you ain't never seen before in movies. I said, when did they make all of these? Netflix, when did they make all, how did all these movies get on it? When all this took place? Always in the making. Nothing ever positive. You know how a love story, a family story, or you don't see, all of it got some either. If it's a family story, it's going to make sure you see a lot of gay. Okay? Or something that has unrighteous in it. They're going to make sure, and it's not going to be very many of those family movies are. But even in the children movies, they got to show this the some of the stages of homosexual. It's just so many things that I'm gonna say is taking place. It's finished. That means it ain't gonna stop. Okay, it's gonna the whole idea of being destroyed, Israel being destroyed, is the only way he's gonna come for Israel is after they destroy. Yah is not gonna allow the prophecy of Deuteronomy 28 to not be fulfilled. And this bothers me a great deal because I sit back and I'm telling y'all, Judah is cuckoo clocked. Israel is cuckoo clocked, but not enough for the Father to redeem them. Why? He said, I got some other things that got to happen. They got to see some things. Some other things got to happen. They got to see some things. Because I can be on here, say for instance, if I came on here tonight and didn't get off for a whole week, it wouldn't matter. It would go in one ear and out the next. It would even cause a person to say, let me search, see if this lady lying. Let me search and see what's going on. When you go back to Deuteronomy 28, he said, you ain't coming out. You going in, curse, and you coming out, curse. Ooh-wee! So when you thinking you escaping out of this land of your captives, not free, no, you ain't. You still going to be cursed. You're going to be gone, destroyed. That's a part of the curse as well. Destroyed. And it makes, it's closed, y'all. The puzzle pieces is all there. Until that time come, Deborah, they're going to be right where they at. A lot of things are, and it's almost like I said, Father, but everybody seems like they numb to what is actually taking place. When you hear all these men talking about now supporting Diddy, they just doing this to him. They bothering him. They doing, I'm like, is it that bad, Father? He said, yes, it's never been that bad. It ain't nothing new. And then that's when I went into listening to these women and these men talk about what their parents, their father did. And don't get me wrong, the mother was part in it. The mother was also doing some things she ain't got no business doing. But 90% of it is their stories about their father and their grandfather, their uncle, their father, a stepfather, what they did to them, men and women. So when I look at that, and then I looked at four stories about over in Africa. Why is it that the father just, I think it's just something with dark-skinned people, people with melanated. I think it's an evil come with that. I don't care what now one of y'all say. You can say what you want. There is a level of evil that has to come with that. I'm sitting here watching this, and I turned it off, and later on came back and heard another story. What is this thing where these African men, I don't know if I think the little girls have to be in between 6 years to 8. Why are you down there cutting off her private area? Why? Why? Why would women want these baby girls to be cut off down there, y'all? All because a man Y'all, I'm telling you, I told Charles, I say, James Brown knew what he was saying. Oh, yes, he did. I'm going to tell y'all how he knew what he was saying. James Brown also talked about Goliath. And James Brown's son, listen to James Brown's song about Goliath. It'll blow your mind. He breaking down the elites, y'all, in the world. He's breaking their tails down, telling them in his song what God is going to do to him. He's breaking that bad boy down. And he said, I want you to listen to this. And I listened to it. I said, wow. So when he said this is a man's world, and when James Brown sing it, he expound on, but it would be nothing without a woman and a girl. You see? He says this nice and loud, but guess what? When he go to concerts, he's not allowed to say it. I'm telling y'all, when I saw that, I said, wow. So what's going on with that? The way you see things going in here, this is why they got away with making it Eve in the garden. This didn't start today, Deborah. This didn't start when James Brown sung the lady of the world. I mean, this is a man word. It didn't start there, Deborah. He's telling me it didn't start there, Deborah. It started all the way at the beginning. When I turned it and made it him and her, they turned it and made it him. And that's what you see today. Everything been reversed out of what I created it to be at the beginning. That's why I told you, if they missed the beginning, this is what you see today. So when I go hooping and hollering, saying, Father, why was they mess with them babies' private area? And guess what? No anesthesia, no pain pills, no nothing. They let those little girls stand there and cut their private area out. How could they do that? How could a mother do that to her babies? Talking about the men don't want to marry a woman that where her clitoris is not cut out. And I'm sitting there watching them babies have to go through all that pain. And that's why I say, y'all, it's so much stuff that I believe that y'all has allowed. He has allowed. I think he has a perfect will and a permissive will, but it's all his power punch of his will. And I think if he can still, now this is the problem, Sister Deborah. I look at that and I know he see high and he see low. Y'all is high and low. With me, when I see that, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all, wait a minute, where you at? Wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all, wait a minute, hold up, where you at? Where you at? See, that's who I go to. Where you at? See, I look for him. These women are doing that to their babies because the men, so that these men, when they get 12, they can marry them. Now I'm gonna show y'all something, and this is why I said, women, the part that y'all is so disappointed with you played a role in this. You never stood up for nothing. You thought standing up mean laying on your back, thinking you doing something to please a man. That's why the men are messing with men today, because you were so good. How about that? How you like me now? You were so good, they wanted to go to man. You see? You never was. They just want what they want. They want to do things their way, and only one way they are willing to accept life. Let me tell you what they did. The one girl, she was 13. And her mother wanted her to go in and get her private area cut off. And she was totally against it. Guess who was against it too? Her dad and her brother. They spoke up. And that's why she still ain't got her. Her dad went up against it, and her brother. They said, even though that's our tradition, she's going to be somebody. This is my daughter that's going to be somebody. out of our whole family, the brother and the father said, this daughter is going to be somebody. Now we can cut off all the other ones, but this one here, we ain't gonna let her do that. If we're gonna let her, we ain't gonna force her to do it. How about she can be a doctor? Because she's smart and she's helpful around the house. She is everything she know how to do. And they're saying they don't want her to even be in that situation. She can be somebody special, somebody important. She can be the doctor she want to be. But her mother still fighting to get her cut out. And I want to show you where you can see where it went wrong in Genesis. Where it went wrong was they took out the desire of a woman to be able to feel anything because they felt that she was nothing but like unto a pleasure tool for a man. That's it. They make sure they married at 12 or 13. They make sure they cut their clitoris out. No pain, no anesthesia, no nothing. Just right there. All for a man. Because the men felt when they marry them and they leave, they won't be desiring another man. So if we can just cut their stuff out, that means there's no pleasure outside of them getting their pleasure. Because you are not worth anything but a piece of tool that I can use to get my pleasure. That's why I can understand why AIDS did overshadow Africa. I can believe that. Because if you go back and you look at them, you look at a lot of those films right before AIDS and see those men jumping from one woman to the next to the next to the next to the next, and leaving them with the babies and going. It ain't nothing new. It's what they do today. But what I see is the product of what actually happened in the garden. They took everything from a woman, even her private area. And then they say that they have to shave off their hair. So the men says if they shave off their hair, then they're not going to appear to be attractive. I'm like, you take a private part out, then you take her hair off. Wait a minute, didn't he say your hair is your glory? See, so what I'm trying to explain to y'all run around here and be stupid if you want. Let somebody tell you, you got to keep your head wrapped. See, these are tradition of the flesh of men. These are tradition of the flesh of men. And with me today, I'm going to tell y'all what I asked the Most High. I said, what's going on with these? What's going to actually happen? Because I believe y'all going to do some destroy. Oh, yes. I mean, Judith. I'm serious. And it's not just Judith, but Judith and Israel don't understand their place. He took his name and put them up under it. He took his name and put them up under it. He took his name and put them up under it. You think his name is a name you can call out your ugly mouth? That's not the name. When he put you under his name, that's a spiritual name, baby. That's a spiritual. And it's not like we call a name. It's connected to the power. It's connected to his desire. You see what I'm saying? He put you under, he called you by his name. You can get all the books that you want, and they can go find all the lost books, all the found books, all the books that they want. That name is not a name they knew by mouth. It's a name they knew by spirit. It's not a name that they knew by their mouth and they professed to. It's a name by spirit that they know. And the name that they knew by spirit, it was the name that they believed in, that which they could not see, yet they believed. So if you couldn't see him, but yet you believed him, you had to have known that his name had to be something that cannot be said nor seen, but believed. That's why when they enter into heaven for judgment, the first thing they're going to say, we swung that name. We did this in your name. We did this in your name. We did this in your name. You didn't know me. Because that name you used to do that, that name you used to do that, that name you used to do that, not my name. I never knew you. And you don't know my name. Bam! Take them where they need to go. So I'm trying to say this here. They're going to come back to the kingdom with that same trash, using that name. And going to stand before glory and tell the Father, when I had your name and I used it to do this, I used it to do this, and I used it to do this. You couldn't have used mine. I never knew you. So how did you get my name? How did you know my name? I never knew you. So what name were you using? Go back down to the earth and sell that trash. Up here, we know better. See? But they're going to bring you right back where? To the kingdom. Right before the throne. So what I'm saying to y'all, when they down here talking out this yang down here on the earth, just imagine. Just imagine. It's been warned to you that they're going to get in the kingdom trying to pull that same trash they put on earth with this name. They're going to try to bring it to the kingdom. And it ain't going to go. Oh, let me cut this here out. That same name, it ain't gonna rumble. It ain't gonna rumble in the kingdom. Well, why it ain't rumbling down here? Why is it rumbling down here? Because we think it's got to do with what we're capable of doing in our flesh. We can call his name in our flesh, and we got it. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. So when I see them shaving their hair off, I'm like, all because of man? Come on now. See, that's why what I think that has happened. When he says to me, Deborah, if they didn't catch and understand Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, if they miss it then, they missed the whole book. They have. Now you see Judith out here. Oh, Father, if they get any naked than this. He said they're going to. Oh, Father, they don't understand the nakedness. They don't understand their nakedness. And then people wonder, well, why would Yah say, and all the nations shall hate you? Why? Anybody know? Ooh. Why would all the nation hate you? Anybody have any idea why would all the nation hate you? Anybody in the live chat? Why would all the nation hate you? Why would all nation hate you? Anybody know? I mean, do anybody have an idea? Anybody have an idea why all nations shall hate you? Why would all nation hate you? Why should all nation hate you? He said something about for my name's sake. The light within, chosen ones. He said, for my name's sake, they shall hate you for my name's sake. Ooh-wee. Going back, y'all don't know who that name is, do you? For that name's sake. Y'all missing that power. We definitely ugly, without a doubt. You ain't seen nothing yet. Because see, I'll be wondering, do people be seeing what I see? Or is it just me looking at stuff based on how the Spirit revealed things to me? And then I look at this here and I say, oh, well, Father, this is exactly what you was talking about. Yep, Deborah. It's almost, Do y'all know that he says, he was telling me today about long suffering. He said, Deborah, do you understand long suffering? I said, yeah, I kind of understand it. But guess where I got lost, y'all? I got lost when he said long. What do that mean? Long. Those two words put together. Long suffering. What about endurance? He said, Deborah, they'll never understand. Long suffering and endurance is all spirit. I will suffer. He said, you will suffer, Deborah. Long suffering is what you're in. And I've given you the spirit to endure the long suffering. Why is Sister Deborah long suffering? Why is that word long and suffering? Anybody know? I'm going to stop asking because ain't nobody speaking. The reason why the long suffering is you're going to suffer long. And what is that suffering long? Same thing Yeshua suffered. He suffered long. Because we're resting in righteous. But we see unrighteous folded on every corner, all around us. And we have to suffer long in the spirit until Yah will is done. That's what long suffering is. So if somebody, when people run around here telling y'all the fruits of the spirit, tell you, get your tail somewhere and sit down. You don't know what the fruit of the spirit. All the fruits of the spirit is spiritual. Long suffering, the word long, that means a long time, Deborah, you're going to suffer. And y'all did not know I suffer a great deal. Why? Because the things he shares with me and show me, I have to suffer it. Why? Because he shared it to me to show me exactly what it is. Now I got to suffer in it. Ain't nothing you can do. That's the same thing with Yeshua. Nothing he can do about what he was suffering through. He just had to wait till he's 30-some years old and had to give up his life. That's long suffering, y'all. You can't suffer long if you're not in the spirit realm. You cannot suffer long. You can't endure. You can't long suffer if you're not in the spirit, because those long suffering is long suffering in the spirit, because you now know truth. And in the spite of you knowing truth, you got to continue to live in untruth until you get up out of here, and ain't nothing you can do. Can I change it? Nope. Can I pray for it? Nope. Can't do nothing. That's why it's a long suffering, because it ain't nothing you can do with it. Nothing you can do with it. There you go. That is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increase knowledge increase sorrow. Thank you so much, babe, for that, because you know what? That fits right on in. That fits. You nail that thing right on in there. That is exactly right. That is 100. Now listen to it again. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increase knowledge increase sorrow. You just nailed Sister Deborah. Sister Deborah, you that's really good. That's real. I like that. I like how you now see how you did that. I like that, because that identify. I can tell what I'm experiencing, and you brought in the verse that also speaks the same way. You see what I'm saying? That's what I like, because it's actually saying the same thing. I'm trying to break down my own personal feeling of what I'm going through, and there it is. Break it down even in the scriptures, telling you where for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increase in knowledge increase in sorrow. Now, guess what though? Let me tell you the key. Let me tell you the key in that. Let me tell you the mystery in that. You see where it says, for in much wisdom, that wisdom is spiritual. That knowledge is spiritual. Both the wisdom and the knowledge is spirit. But the grief that you're going through and the sorrow, oh, is that spirit and natural? I think it's spiritual too. Because if the wisdom is spiritual, the knowledge is spiritual, then the grief and the suffering is meaning you're, what did they call it when you're grieved in the spirit? So remember, I was telling y'all earlier, I can be in the garage, I can be anywhere, be doing something, be happy, and all of a sudden that sorrow come on me. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told you, it just come out of nowhere. Why? Because I can be driving down the streets and just going on my little way, ain't nothing on my mind, and I see all the houses, and I see people out, I see car people driving, and then I all of a sudden, whoop, see everything in the end day. That's what I'm seeing, y'all. Cars tore up, on fire, people running, houses tore up, on fire, windows knocked out, buildings knocked down, and I get that sorrow. Then I go back to myself. But the sorrow is a heavy sorrow. And like it says, knowledge, wisdom, the things in the spirit that share, y'all share things with you in the spirit. You got to feel that thing. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you? Sister Deborah been saying it, and thanks again for that verse, because I'm finna use it again. What did Sister Deborah tell y'all? You got to feel this thing. Have anybody ever heard me say that? How many times have I said that to you all? Y'all, you got to feel that thing. Anybody in the live chat, have you ever heard me say that? I say it all the time. You got to feel that thing. See? And you will think that I'd be just running my mouth. Just be saying. So when I say cuckoo clock, you better go to Deuteronomy 28 to get to really see what Sister Deborah talking about. And I know we talked about that so long for the last 2 years, 2.5 years. So you know pretty much what cuckoo clock means. Okay? But I've said it over and over and over. Y'all, you got to feel that thing. Multiple times. Yeah, because feeling it means that you in there. You see what I'm saying? You in there. A lot. You're right. You're in there. Once you can feel that thing, you in there. Because y'all said, okay, great is he that's in you than he that is in the world. I'm going to show you what's in the world, but you're going to have to feel that thing, baby. Did y'all know that's what he wanted Judah to do? I mean, Israel to do? He wanted Israel to feel this 400 years, baby. Y'all didn't know that. They didn't feel it. He said did he know they wasn't going to feel it? Sure he did. Sure he did. He knew that they weren't going to feel it. Why? Because before the foundation of the world, the Father slain, the lamb was slaughtered. The lamb being slaughtered showing you and showing the whole world, y'all don't rule crap down yonder. I rule this from the kingdom before the heaven and earth was created. That's why when you hear every denomination, they would definitely say to you, the lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Those that believe in a God. They'll tell you about the lamb slaughtered before the foundation. What you don't grip when you see before. That letting you know heaven has orchestrated it from that level. And for it to orchestrate it from that level, he's saying that I got to send my word, my power, and my spirit down in an angel. That sacrifice is going to be the blood sacrifice. His name is going to be Yeshua. But all that I'm sending down, it's going to be the son of man, son of Yah. He's coming down as Yeshua, as the son of man. I'm sending my right hand down, and all that I am, my beloved, down with him as the son of Yah. It's no need in having two. Why is it talking about the son of man and the son of Yah? Why couldn't it just be, just the son of Yah? Because Yah wanted us to know there was two differences. Now watch this. Israel was chosen before the foundation of the world. Israel was chosen before the foundation of the world. And because Israel was chosen before the foundation of the world, that's letting you know it didn't have nothing to do with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It has to do with the kingdom had orchestrated before there was anything. He had to sit. Now listen to you. Y'all ain't getting it. I know y'all not. Okay. If the lamb is slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Okay. The lamb was slaughtered before the foundation of the world. Now, who is the lamb coming down Or how is the lamb go come, and what nationality is the lamb coming down? These ignorant Judah, they just as dumb. It wasn't such nothing that he was a black God or he was a black Yeshua. Come on now. He's not black. When he was slaughtered before the foundation of the world, he was a spirit. So you got to think from heaven, not from the earth. See, we want to think from down here up. No, you got to come from up there down here. That's where the problem at. Everybody want to make everything from down here up there. No, you got to come from up there down here. So his plan that he will slaughter before the foundation of the world, when, okay, he's coming down, I got to pick a people. You know what, Deborah? I chose the worst of the worst. I chose the worst of the worst. And guess what, Deborah? I knew I chose the worst. Because that's how they conduct themselves. To be exactly what I chose them. As the worst of the worst. They played it for what it was all worth. Never seeing me. That's how worse they were. Never seeing my glory, my power. That's why they never was able to just strictly stick with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. Because they were labored as the worst of the worst. Why? Why? Do you really believe the blood sacrifice that was slaughtered before the foundation of the world? You really believe it was about a color? Come on now. It was about a nation of people, a nationality of people. It was a spiritual mission, y'all. It was a spiritual mission. Now, if I didn't slaughter the lamb before the foundation of the world, this lamb got to come down through one nation or through one tribe. You see what I'm saying? Heavens had chose what he already knew. You know how he said, I built Pharaoh up just to tear him down? Somewhere along the line, the 400 years were also set there as well. This took place before the foundation of the world too. It was set there. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let me tell y'all something. It ain't got nothing to do with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's got to do with Yah. Now, when he gets you to that promised land, do you think for 1 minute he's going to see to it that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob get glory and honor? No. He said, I will be exalted by the heathens and the Gentiles and all other nations. They're going to glorify me. They're going to know that I am. You ain't going to find them verses saying Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham. No, because after that, when he get us over there, this ain't about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's where you knew it never was. It was just the route. They were the route in which Z turned out. Because he already capped it at the A to Z. That's why it's always said he's the beginning and the end. I'm the first and the last. I'm the only. I'm Alpha and Omega. It's because he was trying to get us to know, look y'all. I'm the beginning to the end. That's it. Judah take Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Israel don't even claim Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ain't that sad? How is it that Israel don't even claim Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Only Judah. And that's 8% of Judah. So how is it 8% of Judah? How could 8% of Judah know that they are the tribe of Judah, but the other 92 don't know nothing about what tribe they from? Y'all don't, why ain't nobody ever thought about that? But yet we're trying to convince the heathens and Gentiles who we are. They knew who you were from the beginning. You knew who you were, but you got over here and you told them you had no part in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that Yah was not your God. After they told you he was, you said he isn't. That's how you profaned his name. So here we are today, worse than yesterday. So we're worse than what we were when we was in the promised land. We're worse than what we were when we came over to the four corners. He said we're worse today. What part of that worse you think he's talking about? Anybody know? What part would you think we are the worst of today than yesterday? What part would that be? What part would you say that we are worse today? You all, you know what else did I tell you all that I'm waiting for the Most High to explain to me, not that he owed me nothing, but a slap across the head and tell me get somewhere and sit down. That's about all I need. That's all I'm entitled to. But I'm going before his throne, you guys, because I want to find out what is this. What give me, if it be his will, if he could give me some closure on men, as far as out of his bosom. Because I like to know that, because more and more time go on and you're seeing what they're doing, it is off the chain, y'all. Like really, really, really off the chain. And I'm trying to make sense of it all. I'm trying to bring it all to some sort of closure, being so that, okay, the puzzle piece is completed. But that puzzle piece that is completed could be Judah. That's probably what that puzzle piece is. Judah, the house of Israel and Judah. But the whole world, I mean, it's just something about it, because to me, in this day and time, it should be something about us sticking closer together. Something about us, what you would call loving on each other more, helping each other, doing things. And if you all knew me, you'll say, Sister Deborah, you got, you are, I am, I did a really nice video with me boxing. I was boxing. I got a punching bag, and I got it from a yard sale and for $20 last year, and it was brand new, and it hasn't even been broken in. I mean, it was so hard when you hit it. And I had the gloves and everything. And I was out there and I was doing the video, and it was really good. It was really good. And I decided not to upload it. I said, no, because like I told y'all was really dealing with me. And the things that I was saying in the video, I was just so really making it, just things that were just coming together. And I was like, oh, I'm feeling this thing, because it was for me to continue to feel what was already present. It was more of y'all dealing with me. So one day I might still do something else a little bit different, but I think about how and where we're at today, and knowing that it's nothing I'm going to be able to go before the Father and say, Father, change this, or please don't do this, please help us here, or please no, all that is done away with. It's over. You see, the best thing I could say is make sure you have your backpack. It's important to have a backpack with you at all times. And what that is, it's your light and it's your spirit and truth. And no matter what goes on, nobody can take that backpack off of you. It's on you. You can't even see it, but you can feel that it's there. It's a spiritual thing, y'all. It's a spiritual thing. It's food for your spirit, no matter what situation you get in. And I truly believe also, not because I got so many kids, but I believe because of what I have also through the Ruach taught me through different situations that was in time past, where he will bless your seed You see, not your seed in the natural, I mean, the spirit, but your seed as the flesh. It's already lining up. See, he know already if you're already a faithful person, not because you, but him. Faith, his faith is in you. See, people thinking those things are something you have. No, this brand of belief, righteous faith, and fear, that's already branded in your spirit. You can't even do nothing with it. You can't throw it away. You can't get rid of it. It's there to stay because that's what's going to bring you home. That's going to bring you all the way home. When you cease and you pass away, that there is all that is already in your spirit already. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? That's why he already knows who's who and what's what. It's all he has invested in you already. It's nothing that Sister Deborah done, said, or ministered. It can't nothing does Sister Deborah say that can override those brands. And you don't even have to have all of them. But nothing can override those because they're in your spirit. Nobody can take that from you or rob you or, or whatever. But there is a lot of things that is actually taking place. And like I said, that other issue with, when I heard this morning and yesterday, a lot of our tribe of Judah men are hooping and hollering about we need to help Puff Daddy and support him because they trying to say that he did this and he did this, and now they coming now the men just get flipped all over. They now saying all the women lying on him and all that. I'm like, that's about the women. Did you all know in these 5 days I've heard so many issues that had to do man on men on men? It got flipped over to women. I said, Father, how could that be? So that's why Sister Deborah doing a spiritual, personal contact with the Ruach that's in me to help me understand how did it get this bad where they're going to get off. How they going to get away with all that? I just don't get it. I don't get it because even like I said, you go over to Hades. Y'all just take one day, probably 15 minutes and see what's going over in Hades. Over in all these men have all these weapons, little boys, all of them. And if y'all see the firepower, and why ain't nobody saying nothing? Somebody said something to me today that made a lot of sense. He said, why is this boss on our job? He's a black man, but he's light skinned, real light skinned, but he's a black man. He do us so wrong. He treat us so bad. And all the white people, they go around, he don't give them no hard time. So many people quit. Black men and women quit because of this guy. But he said, I wonder, did they place him in there to do that to us? Why do you think he's doing that? I said, how many times did I tell you? Deuteronomy 28. I already told you Judah is messed up. He was trying to understand this guy since he started, give him a hard time. This guy don't have to be like that. He said he's like 50 something years old. But he said, why is he so evil toward his own people? Why is he so evil toward us? Why? And he let the white people and the African people do whatever they want to do. And they don't do their job. And he sit and holler and go off on the black people. And I'm like saying, this is what I've been telling you. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going to get better. It don't matter what age. It's a people. I'm telling you, the people is so ugly. They ugly to each other. They ugly to the Most High Yah. And they ugly to one another. And that same ugliness is what the Father said he's going to allow to be seen. And it's called nakedness. Because Israel have done wrong since the beginning of time. before he restored them, the world must see them at their nakedness. Because every time he would deliver them, then put them in another captivity. And you know what he did more than anything? And you don't hear nobody talking about it. You don't hear nobody talking about it. You know what he did? Because I thought, hey, man, my Yah is bad. He bad. When I see him say, and 5,000 died. 10,000 of Israel died. That's what I be doing. I'll be like, you let them go all this time and they just not dying. You see what I'm saying? Moses, it was said that Moses telling Yah he need to repent because he was talking about taking them out. And Moses said, told up on the mountain, told Yah he need to repent. Let him go down here. He heard him down there. Let me go down there. But when Moses got down to the bottom, he threw the commandments down, the tablets. But the problem was Moses told Aaron and all of them, come on. Aaron told Aaron what he did. Now you see how Aaron, you see how Aaron got with them to do wrong? See, y'all don't get it, do you? You don't see how Aaron, how he got with them to build them what they wanted, to do what they want them to do. But then told them, what did Moses say? Okay, that's it. Pull up. Come on, y'all. Pull out your sword. Kill him. Wait a minute. Hold up. When you the one just up on the mountain telling y'all, you need to repent for wanting to destroy them? How are you down off the mountain? And it said, I think it was, 3,000? Killed 3,000. Killed them right there with the sword. But then you just bring them out of the promised land? Did you truly bring them out just to kill them, Moses? That's what he would say to Yah. But they would say that you brought them out just to kill them. But you see what I'm saying? Moses sat there and told Aaron and all the other ones, the Levites, pull y'all sword. We killing them. And this is what the Father was showing me. He told David not to count the men that he have to fight with. I understood it. I understood why he didn't want David to count them, because you ain't gonna be getting you ain't gonna be the one to fight it no way. It's gonna be my right hand. You don't have you can count it all you want. I'm the one gonna go throw down with my right hand. It's gonna be my power to destroy. So he was telling me, because if you count your men, then you said, oh, I had a bigger army that really defeated that army because I had a large number. So I understood. Now you see where I'm at mentally, and not just mentally, but spiritually. I'm taking you to where I can understand where Yah was saying, don't count. For what? You count them, you're going to say, when we had the bigger army to defeat them. You see? So I can understand why Yah was telling David not to count his men that's going out to fight. But his head man that's over all of them, he went on and counted them. He counted them. He counted the people, the men of the army. He counted them. Came back and told David, and David asked him, why did he do it? He said, when I thought maybe it'd be good, how many. He said we weren't supposed to. David didn't say we was explaining to him, but David killed him. His own head man. I ain't talking about the one that he took wife. I'm talking about he killed his military guy. So y'all gave him, I think it was 3 or 4 options. Told David, we ain't gonna have that. We ain't gonna have that. He killed his man, his head soldier, because he counted. Something y'all told David not to do. And when his soldier counted, he didn't know that. I don't think he knew that David wasn't supposed to count him. So David killed him with the sword. So the Father gave him 4 deals. 4. I think it's 3 or 4. And David chose, out of the 4, it was up to David. And the one he chose was that something has to come upon them. And the Father allowed 40,000 died. in the camp. 40,000 died in the camp. All because David killed the soldier, his head man. 40,000 of Israelite men. Y'all don't play. Y'all don't know what you're messing with. And as I sit back and I read all these from Genesis all the way down, how he killed their tails, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about this. The rebellion and disobedience start way back at the beginning. And throughout it all, he always killed them in great numbers. But you think he's just going to pull all of us out of here and take us to the promised land? You better wake up, baby. Come on now. Come on now. You better pick up. And I guess I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to pull out the verses that also talks about how he's going to take what is his, and those that are not is going to be left. Okay? Because I think that's one of the, out of the 8% of those who know who they are, all of them think they all going. They ain't care. They don't care if they have to talk. They ain't talking about Yah or any spirit and truth, no light, no nothing. But they all say they going because they just think it's just going to be that. And I think what has happened, we have not really did just a study on how Yah rumbles, how he rumbled. Y'all need to try that maybe sometimes. Try reading how he rumbles. And when you finish, you're going to say, well, Deborah, he killed all Israelites and Judah. Yes, he did. So what makes you think this time it's going to be totally different as far as everybody? Ain't nothing going to happen to nobody. Oh, no. Something is going on right now as I speak amongst the tribe of Judah. Israel, I can't put too much pressure on Israel. Israel don't give a rat's behind who the Most High God is. So by them not even caring, y'all still going to take what's his. You get what I'm saying? And Judah not even caring. I mean, not even if they don't care, or if those that call themselves. I think the ones that's portraying and deceiving and using deception, those are the ones going to get left behind because they didn't tell the truth. They use these platforms to deceive the mass away from Yah. You see what I'm saying? Say, for instance, it was like they never knew, or they never understood, or they never, how would I don't even know if I can say if they never knew, because even those that are in him, he's going to pull them out regardless if they know or if they don't. But it's just the idea of, why do we have to continue to role play this thing like we the goody, and the world is bothering us? And I'm just so sick of that. I am so sick of that. That's why I'm just waiting for Yah to just do what he does best, and that is to let his will go all the way to where it needs to be. Right now, we way down there close to Z, I believe. And I believe that we're going to feel some things. So I do, y'all. I thank him for allowing me to feel this thing. So when these things really happen, then I've been already felt it. And that's why I keep seeing it. The things that I'm seeing, I keep seeing these things because it's preparing me. Like I told you, when my son committed suicide and when my two sons had passed away, those things that he showed me, Philip was in the closet. And I'm like, no, Philip was in the closet and I had Lawrence. And I opened up the closet and Philip was on the top shelf of my closet in a pumpkin seat. Remember them old-fashioned pumpkin seats? I said, Philip, what you doing in this closet? What are you doing here? Because I was pregnant. I was pregnant with Lawrence. And he was giving me the confirmation. Philip died. Lawrence died. You see what I'm saying? So he was telling me, Philip came back to tell me that the child that I had was going to die. You see what I'm saying? These things like this here is confirmation. I do not curse them. I do not deny them. I salute them bad boys and keep walking in spirit and truth, because the things are there to show me, not to hurt me, but to warn me that he's allowing me to step in these certain realms, and that this is what had been happening to me since I was a little girl. And that as I gotten older and older, he began to allow these things to be given to me. And then bam, there it is. There it happened. Same thing with my sister. My oldest sister had a son. And I told her, I said, Reen, I saw James. She said, what you mean? I said, I saw he got shot. Told her whole lot, everything. It took a year later. Happened just like I told her. A year later. Why was y'all? Want me to tell y'all something? Let me tell y'all. This is what was. Remember, I said enduring. When you endure or long suffering, just imagine. I had the first son. Her son came after me. I'm one of the younger children. This is my oldest sister. She had a son after me. I had the first son. Her son. Who am I to go tell her son? I had a dream of her son getting killed. You see, that was so hard, child. That was so hard for Sister Deborah. You know why it was hard? Because I knew that there was some envy there. I knew it. And you know what I told the father? I said, I can't go tell her that, Father. I got Raymond. I knew that see, when my son was born, it was like a king was born. Okay. The first grandbaby of a large family. When he would have his first year birthday party, you had more adults there than you had children. I mean, everybody brought children and children. They had everything. Kid can't even ride no horse. Why you go get a horse? I mean, ponies. I mean, it was just that many people there, you guys. But my oldest sister, it felt so bad. I had to long suffer the fact that the father had put that before me. And he said, go let your sister know that she will be losing her son. And I was like, no, because I had to tell her, what about your son? You see what I'm saying? It was really hard. It was really hard. And when I told her, I felt, it was real hard, child, to do that. It was real hard. But the moment he died, I think I was the last one that knew, but the only one she wanted to see. And when I came to the house, Mama said, she needs you. She wants you to hear. She wants you here. She keep calling for you. You know what my sister did? She looked at me with them big old crocodile tears, and she started punching me right here in the arm. What you said it. She wasn't doing it out of hurt or pain. She said, Booby, you told me. You told me, Booby, you told me. This is a year later, but it stuck with her. It stuck with her what was said. And even then, I told her, Marine, I'm not here to say that I told you so. She said, I knew it, but you told me, Booby, you told me. You've been through it. She was saying, I've been through it because I have lost sons. And she was just saying, you told me, but you told me. You know, and at that moment, that's for you to have to step into a realm like that. And then you got a son, you telling somebody else about their son. That was pretty hard. That was real hard. And especially with my sister that kind of always wanted to have the first grandchild. And I ended up having the first grandchild because she hadn't had 8 years with her husband. And then she couldn't have, she just never had. Then the moment I had, then she had a year and a half later. But that was really hard. So things that he gives me, when I sit and I tell y'all long suffering, that means that I can sit here and I can talk to you for like 100 years, but you would never really grip the things that he constantly keeps showing me and keep revealing to me, so I won't be just out here. It's almost like he's saying, you my servant, and I just don't want you just out there, Deborah. I don't want you just out there. I want you to know, because now it's getting to the point where things happen, and I'm like, okay, what did I tell Joseph? Quiet storm. What did I tell? I told him something today, this morning, and he told me, Mama, that's what happened yesterday. Something like that with Quiet Storm. And I know Charles with the key, but something with Quiet Storm. He was telling me, but Mama, that just happened yesterday. You see what I'm saying? It leaves me in a position to where I just kind of stay to myself and be off to myself. And like Mama used to tell me when I was a little girl, don't say anything, just pray. Pray to God that it don't happen. I don't waste my time with that no more, y'all. I ain't praying. I ain't messing with the Most High. It's the Most High tell you something in a vision, in a dream, and then he's dealing with you from the inside, so you'll know how to deal with it. Why would you be in there trying to tell him? It's no way. I never step over my boundaries, y'all. I do not go messing with the Creator. I do not go messing with his will. You know, I don't mess with what he got already planned. Even when I be saying, save my children, sanctify them, fill them with your Holy Spirit. This is only, Father, and only the prayer of a mother. It would never outride the will of you, the Creator. Your will be done. I have to back that up every time, because I don't want my will for nothing. I want his will to be done. You see, because the things that he be showing me, what would it look like? I'm saying, Father, please don't let that happen. No, Father, we can't have that. Oh, too many people's lives going to be lost. Oh, Father, why are you showing me that? It doesn't, no, you can't do that. He's not showing it to you for you to think you can change it by running your mouth, telling him. Sit your tail down and get in your lane. You don't tell him what to do. You let him do what he does best. And if he gives me a vision and dream, I have to stay firm on it. And when he told me that Judith, Israel, and Judith gonna be at their nakedness for his name's sake, that means my power, my will, they're gonna be at their nakedness, and the whole world is gonna be against them. And y'all, it never dawned on you to read that and let that Ruach explain that to you. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind if you go to Deuteronomy 28. You'll say, well, wait a minute, hold up, Father. Hold up, wait a minute, hold up. You talking about till we destroy? Who are you talking about? And then I said, well, Father, ain't none of them will go into that. He said, no, because they so busy over here in the corner trying to convince the heathens and Gentiles and the Europeans. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me show y'all something there. If y'all go back, I think it's in Daniel and a couple of other ones, the Ethiopians are not us, okay? That's not us, y'all. A lot of people running back to their Bible because they got Enoch and all them listed in there. That's not you. I don't care what Bible, what book. Y'all, everybody think putting y'all in a book. That's not that's not him. You got to know him personal, a spiritual relationship with him. When I heard that Putin, I think I'm saying his name right, opened up, that didn't have nothing to do with y'all, Judith. That didn't have nothing to do with you. Anybody they see that don't have a white skin, they claim it to be them. But what a lot of people don't understand, when you go back to that picture, you'll see who that is. you will see exactly who those pictures are. Ethiopians got a big forehead that sits different than Judah. Okay? Yes. Their forehead sits totally different than Judah. And then their heads comes into a narrow chin. Their nose, it goes straight almost to the point. You see? So when you look at those pictures, you're going to see it. First, key up Google, and see Ethiopians. And then you're going to say, oh, Deborah, their head is bigger than ours. Oh, their nose is different than ours. They chin. So then you go over here and look at the pictures. What is the name? Putin is showing. It's not us, you guys. It's not us as a nationality, as a not a nationality, as a tribe. Those are Ethiopians. When I saw their forehead and I saw that their nose, because you got to come here. And when you start to see that lining up where it's point, Ethiopians' nose are not, like our nose. Their chin is not like our chin. They're not chin. This is the chin. Their cheeks are not like ours. This is the chin. Their chin goes out narrow, and they got a wider forehead. And it's a bone. The bone of their forehead sticks out. So when you go to those pictures, you look at them and you say, Deborah wasn't even lying. That's a total different. It's not us, y'all. And even then, he was telling him, I think it's in Daniel, how he's going to, with the Grecians and the Ethiopian, he's going to show out on them too. You see? So a lot of us thinking, that's why I say Judith is a sick person, sick people. Israel is sick because they don't see nothing in Yah order. And then it kind of makes sense though, because Yah said if they don't have him in them, then they'll never know spirit and truth. They won't have the light, Deborah. So they will continue to deceive people based on their own understanding. They don't want to wait for me. They didn't want to wait for me. They didn't want me to teach them. YouTube gave them and Facebook gave them a page. They just took off and they became a God to many people. And it didn't take people closer to Yah. It took them away from them, because now a lot of our men that were in the 8% of Judah that have found themselves, the majority of those then went their own way, different places. And a lot of them have went back to the vomit. A lot of them went back to all these books that the Europeans have printed up. They use those now. A lot of them use all the books of science and Egypt. Over in Egypt, they trying to make Yah about Egypt. I mean, all kind of stuff that's going on. And that's what happens. It's because no one's real. They wasn't sincere about anything. And Yah knew that they weren't sincere. We are more focused on Yeshua being black. What makes you think that it's important that Yeshua is black when Yah is a spirit? Why should it be more important that Yeshua is black if Yah is a spirit? He that worships him must worship him in spirit. We are worshiping the fact that Yeshua is a black man. You see how messed up that is? But you don't care that 92% of your tribe don't care. You see, most of them still serving him as Jesus, which is still the world loves their own. It's no different than those who trying to worship him as Yah. The world loves his own. If you ain't teaching spirit and truth with the light in your right hand, you ain't serving Yah no way. So it don't matter what you say. But it's so, and it kills me. Do y'all know that they are going up against Yah when they try to find heathens and Gentiles that identify them as the people? You know how stupid they sound? You know how stupid they sound? Where are you going to find anything that's going to tell you that they're going to come up and they're going to see that you are the true people, and they're going to change their minds in the way they treat you? They're going to stand on top of a mountain and proclaim that you are the people. They're going to go and travel telling everybody that you are the people. You're the people of Yah. These people ain't going to go no further than your sick mind, and they go right back to where they come from. And your sick mind take it and run. Want the world to know they knew you the people. How stupid do you sound when it's already prophesied? They already knew. Now, those that he's talking about, and they gonna know, he's saying, because your stupid tail denied me and profaned my name and disclaimed that I am Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah, and I am not your Yah. In their face, now I got to show them that I am. And the only way I can show them that I am is to let your nakedness be shown on the earth. And that's what you see today. That's why you see all the stuff that's happening, and you see our people out here doing these things that they're doing. When you think that, well, why hadn't y'all, it never dawned on you, why haven't, what's his name, Judith scouted and went to state in even the United States, scouting them to tell them that they are the people? Why haven't they done that? Because they don't want no part in that. They stay right here in YouTube, where YouTube can get them a little dollar. They are not going out here, what they call it, the highway and byway. That's why 92% of Judah, the tribe of Judah, could give a rat's behind what a tribe of Judah is. You see what I'm saying? And the 11 tribes, the other 11 tribes, they could give a rat's behind who Yah is. You see what I'm saying? They're not invested in any of that. But it's a good thing that he is already marked. Yah he is already marked from the inside out. While Judith trying to convince the world that we are this, and we are all this and all that. How could you even want to be about all of that instead of taking them 400 years and just look into them 400 years and see your nakedness? See your nakedness. They ain't gonna do that. So guess what? Sister Deborah have to long suffer and see it get to the point. And you know what? Troy said, when Deborah, I sure hope I don't be here. I said, why you say it like that? I said, don't you want to get up and get out? He said, no, because I'm going to tell you something. I read myself, and it's going to be bad. I don't think none of us getting out of here like we think. I said, now, I'm not saying I'm getting out. Don't get me wrong. I ain't long suffering for nothing. He didn't get me endurance spirit for nothing. It's because I'm going to have to go through some things. Oh, yes. Some real things. Now, what I'm going through now is hey, they should be picking me up and put me, let me not talk too loud, because YouTube, they hear every word you're saying. They're keeping a tab on everything people like me are saying. While you all thinking I'm just on here, me just talking to you all, my very life is on the line when it comes down to people who owns this system. Okay? Why? Because you think that they care about Puff Daddy, TD Jakes? No, they've been doing the Satan's work for quite a long time. I'm more afraid that somebody else might tell something to somebody that might have the light. See, a lot of us, we get on here and we talk about how they don't want you saying this, they don't want you saying this, they don't want you saying this. But if it's all darkness, they don't give a rest behind what you say. It matches them. But if you're saying something that really giving the prophecy and putting the prophecy out there with spirit and truth, then they say, well, wait a minute. This person, let me give y'all another thing. This person might tell on us. Let me tell y'all what. This lady, I ain't gonna say she's rich, but I said she probably got something like 8 million. When her and I was talking, she said, Deborah, do you know this? Reason why she was asking, she knows I'm a prophet. And she sees me as that. Not only did she know I was a prophet, she knew about the chosen people of God was Black. And that's why she really highly see me as something special. Okay. She shared some things with me. And this is why I say I know that we as Judah, the tribe of Israel, the Israel, not as a whole, we're gone. We talk about stuff that don't mean nothing. Trash we got in our mouth ain't talking about nothing. When real stuff out here. That's why the people perish. Because the real facts, nobody wants to hear. They want to hear all that stuff that people are doing today and what's going on. A lot of people don't understand, and not anything they don't understand is that they're not going to understand what's actually taking place. So this is what she shared with me, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it down here. She said, Deborah, I'm going to tell you something you don't know. Let me write it here. Obstein, the one that had that place over in that other country, and they were bringing children. Epstein. I don't know how to say. I don't know if I spelled that. I was connected somewhere or another. I don't know how y'all did that. I don't know how. With 2 Europeans, wealthy people, who stayed in touch with me and gave me information about a lot of things. And I never said anything because somewhere in me believe it. Without a doubt, I think it's true because of what he allowed me to see in his will. I could see it being true. This one. And this one. She wanted to take me there. She wanted to show me, and so I can see for myself and hear for myself. I told her, I don't play that. I don't go there. I don't go there. You can't take me there. I ain't going there. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You see? And I had another one that I went to his yard sale. I think I told y'all about this years ago. And I didn't understand who his mother was. But you know what that man said to me? Here it is, 8:00 a.m. in the morning. And he had a big yard sale. But when I got there, I was the only one there. I thought that was really strange that I was the only one there. So I'm like, wait a minute. Where is everybody? He said, my mother told me to go in and let them in. They was parked out here at 6 in the morning. I said, you kidding me? That man had so many things that I could use in my yard sale. Oh, that man had so much military, antique, all kind of stuff that I could use. And I walked in there. Did y'all know? Let me tell you what happened. I walked in clean, very clean. His daddy was in the Vietnam War, and all kind of stuff that he had, all kind of stuff that he had. And I walked in, and I was the only one there. The whole time I was there, I was the only one there. You know what that man said to me when I came in there? And I walked in. He said, "Good morning." I said, "Good morning." First thing he said, "I know who you are." I started walking toward the back of it. Try to and start. And I got to that thing, and I started just piling stuff that I wanted because I saw so much, trying to hurry up and get out. He say, "Yep, I know who you are. You think I don't know who you are?" Now I'm way out, I'm going way out in suburb area. He said, "I know who you are." He said it to me 3 times. And at that time, the more he said that, I started getting all my stuff, saying, "Okay, how much is this here?" He said, "You know who I am?" I said, "No." He said, "When I know who you are, you're one of the elects." He said, "Whatever's in here is yours." He said, "All that you got is yours. You don't have to pay for it." I took off. I didn't run, y'all. I took my stuff, was dropping in everything. He was helping me take him to the car. I put it in the car, and I said, "What was that?" And as I turned around, he stopped me. He said, "I tell you what, this evening at 3:30, you can have it all. If you come back, you can have it all." So here I come. You think I didn't come back? 3:30. Seemed like it's all the stuff was still there. All that stuff, y'all. My son. I took my son this time. He said, "Mama, this is a lot of stuff." I said, "Yeah." He said, "It's all yours. It's all yours." He said, "Matter of fact, you see that big truck there? I'll pile it all in and I'll take it wherever you at." I said, "I got a thrift store." He said, "I'm going to pile it in here and put it in there. And if I have to do 2 rounds, I'll do it." And you know that man piled his truck up, and me and my son hit to my store. We got there. It was like 2, 3 hours later. He came because we helped him put a lot of it in the car. Most of it was piled up, but he was putting the rest of it in, and we just took off to go to the store. And this man, he said that, yeah, and tomorrow the other stuff to be there. If you can want to, at that time I had a truck. He said, "If you want, you can bring your truck and you can get the rest of it, in your truck." Because he came over, we talked for about 3 months. He dropped 2 loads, one that day, and a week later he dropped another load because I couldn't even get it all on my truck. I'm telling y'all, it was just that bad. But when he came to the store, he said, "Yeah, I know who you are." He said, "You the elect of the Most High Yah. So you think I'll be worried about y'all knowing who I am? I don't give a rat's behind. My mission is not to be caught up in who know who I am and what I am. I just know I better start speaking and stick with in my lane, speaking spirit and truth with the light. And anything he gives me, if he gives it to me, and I can give it to you. You see, but what this man was doing, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Sister Deborah never knew who she's getting involved with. This was a lot of high power stuff going on. The lady that owned the 10 million owns the whole property, all the store property and everything. She seen him pull up that week later. He brought a whole truckload of stuff. She seen him pull up. Here she come walking down. You know that lady walked in that store, in my store, looked at him, and he looked at her like they couldn't even stand each other. And I was like, what was all that about? See, I'm showing you. I'm Judith. Cuckoo clock. Can't grip this thing. And she rolled her eyes at him, and he looked at her like she was less than less. His name was Larry. And Larry was telling me, he said, Deborah, when I pulled up the first time, you didn't really understand the chills ran down my legs and my arms. That's what you mean. Oh, I was going to tell you, when I brought my truck, his mother was standing out there. She wasn't standing out there. She had surgery on her leg. She came standing out there while I was getting the rest of the stuff. She said, oh, he told me so much about you. He told me who you were. And I'm like, oh, y'all, what is going on? Her son told her. This man told me about, he know how to make all this stuff that a woman would never have a cramp another day in her life with just a drop one time. He was telling me about all these diseases and everything that's going on. He have developed everything to heal to where you don't have to take, if you got cancer, everything he has, he done made. He goes under the sea as far as you can go. He trained people how to go deep diving to get the stuff under the sea and all that. He does all that crap, because he even gave me a lot of life jackets and really nice ones. Just a whole lot of, and I sold a lot of them too, you all, especially in the summertime. But he said, you don't understand where you at. That's what he told me. He said, you don't understand where you at. He said, Deborah, you know, you understand where you at? I said, no. He said, do you know what they did to the Indians over here? Do you know where this is at? I said, no, I don't know nothing about all that. That man gave me the lowdown on the history over there where my store is at. I was like, he said, that's why I had chills when I realized where you was at. Because I said, she don't even know where she's at. This is not a good place. This is not a good ground. You know how many people lost their lives on this on this dirt that you got your store on, Deborah? I mean, he was breaking all that stuff. Later on, he said, and when you see that lady again, you know, Gina, the one that owns the whole properties of all the stores, he said, when you see her again, this is what he told me. He said, tell her I'm the baker. I shouldn't have said that. Tell her I'm the So when I saw her, I said, she asked me, Deborah, who was that guy? I said, he told me to tell you that he was and she said, was he? All that stuff, y'all, we on the top, we on the outside looking in, trying to paint the picture of what's actually going on in this world. Stand y'all tails down. You're the clowns in the world. You're the clowns in the world. You don't know nothing. It's a lot of things that's deeper than deep. None of it. Like when I see Obama, I don't see Obama like y'all see him. Y'all see him as a Negro, an African and a nigga. You know, darn well an African and a Negro don't look like him. An African and a Negro are two. I believe he's African and Arab. That's who I think he is. He's an African and an Arab. I don't think that's his mother. Obama. That's not his mother. I think he's Arab. Arabian, and African. I think that's what he is. I don't think he has nothing to do with Judith. Nothing at all. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. And I also think Arabian. Arabian. I think Arabian. and Obama. I think they are going to be the power punches, the beast, Antichrist, and all of that. I really do. I think they're going to be it. I don't think it's so much as I think the world, I ain't going to say I think, I know that the world got it all mixed up about this Democratic and Republicans. They thinking this, they thinking this, they thinking they bringing the migrants in so the Republicans win. I mean, so the Democrats can win so they can vote. Y'all, guess what, y'all? You think Satan cares about voting? You think you really think Satan is about Democratic and Republicans? He's about kill, steal, and destroy to gain what? Power and rulership. It's not even about the dollar. The dollar is something they use to rule us and control us, that mighty dollar. It has ruled us and controlled us at the same time. You see? So they use it, even to today, to rule us and to control us. Even to today. They're listening to us. And then tell me, they're listening to us. They're watching us. They're beholding everything we do. You know, these here TVs, smart TVs, they can see you while you're in your house when it's off. You see, everything I'm saying, they can hear. They keeping a tab. They keeping a tab on this system. You think I care? Y'all got a tab on their tails. How about that? He got a tab on their tails. How about that? So they can keep a tab on what I'm saying, what I'm doing, or whatever. But that's and the sad part is about it. I sit back in here and I see how those that people are really hung up on and subscribing and liking and praising, they don't even understand. That's the dark side of it all. That's trying to make you think they're the light side. No, you be careful. You be careful. All this stuff about what's going on, I've heard so much about everybody. It's crazy. And I sit back and I say, look at Judy. Father, I can't do nothing else with them. I can't say nothing else to Judy. It ain't nothing else to say to Judy, Father. They gone. Just as you said, they gone. Ain't no turning back. But anybody in the live chat, do you have any questions, or did you have an answer? Did someone want to ask a question, or someone have an answer, or someone wants to share something in the live chat? Go right ahead. If you have a question, you can share in the live chat, or if you have the answer to a question. I know Sister Deborah didn't held you too long talking about nothing but something. Something that Sister Deborah should have said tonight that would cause you to put it in your backpack. Okay? Just take whatever little she said that you can take out of it and put it in your backpack, because I said a lot. And a lot of it is really, even what I was talking about, that lady and the guy, it's deep, y'all. It's real deep. It's real deep. Just like the things that, y'all, just too much is going on. Too much is going on. So if no one has, I appreciate everybody in the live chat tuning in. And I guess I might be back someday. I might just be pulled on up. Appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And like I said, I'll be back. And you know what? I think, thank you. Yeah. It's pretty ugly out here. Like pretty ugly. Oh boy. So I say unto you all, have a wonderful rest night. And I'll be back. Shalom and shalom.